Hello everyone. Today we are going to study about nouns. As you all know, that nouns are the names given to the person, place, animal or things. I shall repeat it from the book also. The nouns are the names of animals, people, places, things, qualities, feelings and even ideas. I shall repeat. You already know that nouns are the names of animals, people, places, things, qualities, feelings, and even ideas. There are different types of nouns. How many types of nouns are there? There are actually five different types of nouns, and they are namely common noun, proper noun, collective noun, abstract noun, and material noun. So I shall repeat once again. Dear students, the first one is common noun, then proper noun, then collective noun, then comes abstract noun, and the last but not the least, it's material noun. Now I will explain you each kind of noun. The first being common noun. Common noun are the names of anything that is shared by every person, animal, or thing of the same class. Means same kind of things like teacher, for example, river, mountain, city. These are common nouns. Once again, I shall tell you about common nouns. Names of anything that is shared by every person, animal, or thing of the same kind or class contribute to common nouns. Examples again I am telling you. The examples are teacher, river, mountain, city, town, boy, girl, parent, etc. Now we come to second kind, and that is proper noun. Proper noun is a special name of particular person, animal or things. Example, the name of the city, Tokyo. Name of an ocean is Pacific Ocean. Language is English. And Srija is the name of a girl. It can be the name of the cities. They can be particular name of the boys, girls, languages, rivers, oceans, and other places. So, what is proper noun? Proper noun is the special names of particular person, animals, or thing. Now, we move on to the third type of noun, and that is collective noun. Collective nouns are the names of collections or the group of people, animal, or things of the same kinds, like bouquet or pack, herd or flock, a group, a class, school. So, collective nouns are the names of collections or group of people, animals, things of the same kinds. And bouquet of flowers, pack of cards. These are the examples of collective nouns. Fourth type of noun is abstract noun. Abstract nouns are the names of things that do not have any physical existence. We cannot see or touch them. We can only feel them. Names of things that do not have any physical existence. They are honesty, laughter, grievance, treachery, okay, hatred, love, and many more to come. So, abstract noun once again are the names of things that do not have any physical existence. Here, the examples are honesty and laughter. In the course of time, we will come across some more examples of abstract noun. Now, we move on to the last kind of nouns, and that is material noun. Nouns that are names of materials or elements from which the things are made. They are called material nouns. The names of material or elements from which the things are made. Brass, cotton, paper, wood, plastic can be some of the examples of material nouns. Hope you have understood all these types of nouns. Now we shall see a quick recap of all these types of nouns.
Now we'll recall what we have learned. We'll start with nouns. The definition of nouns. Nouns are basically name of animals, people, places, things, qualities, feelings, and even ideas. There are different types of noun, broadly classified into 5 categories. Firstly, the common noun. Common noun are name of anything that is shared by every person, animal or thing of the same class. For example, a student, a bench, a beach, an ocean, and furthermore. Then the proper noun. Proper noun are the special names of particular persons, animal or thing. For example, the Taj Mahal, the Statue of Liberty, Akbar, Shivaji are few examples of proper noun. Thirdly, we have collective noun. Collective noun are name of collections or group of people, animal or things of the same kind. For example, a class, a team, a herd, a flock, and furthermore. Then comes the fourth category of noun, that is the abstract noun. Name of things that do not have any physical existence, that cannot be seen or touched, that can only be felt. For example, feelings as sorrow, grief, excitement, etc. Lastly, we have material noun. Material noun are the names of material or elements from which things are made up of. For example, jute, silver, wood, etc.
Now we are going to do a few exercises which are based on nouns. Let us see. Exercise number 1. Underline the common nouns in these sentences. What do we have to do here is to underline the common nouns in these sentences. Then write any suitable proper noun of your choice for each common noun. So instead of common noun, we have to write another proper noun for it. Is it clear? The first one has been done for you. My neighbor will shift to Kanpur soon. Here, what is the common noun?
Neighbor. And the proper noun is Mr. Rao.
They were awestruck at the sight of the clear blue river.
Here, the common noun is river and the proper noun is the Ganges or the Nile River.
The third one says, the city I visited recently was amazing.
Here, the common noun is city and the proper noun is Devas or Paris.
Where are you planning to visit your mother? When are you planning to visit your mother?
Here, the common noun is mother and the proper noun is Mrs. Sharma or Mrs. Singh.
His willpower was such that it could have moved mountains.
Here, the common noun is mountains and Mount Everest or K2. can be used in place of proper nouns.
The sixth one says, he took us to an amusement park.
Here, the common noun is park and the proper noun is the regional park.
The seventh one is, our teacher insisted that we do our revision well in time.
Here, the common noun is teacher and proper noun is Mr. Sharma or Mr. Oberoi.
The last one says, the newspaper that I read every day gives me all the information I read.
Here, the common noun is newspaper and the proper noun is Times of India.
The second exercise is a passage in which we have to identify the proper nouns and then we have to capitalize it. The passage is about China. It says wonderful China. But recently we had a clash with China in which China has mercilessly killed 20 of our brave soldiers. So we are not going to read this passage for the time being and skip this, and we can move on to the third exercise, which is about the abstract noun. So I shall read. Shall we begin, guys? Write the abstract noun forms of the words in color. Okay. You know what are abstract nouns? I had explained you.
Abstract nouns are basically the feelings. The feelings which can be expressed but which cannot be seen or touched.
Okay, which can be only felt like. First one is, Divya was very angry with her cousin.
Here, the abstract noun is angry and it
No, abstract, angry is not an abstract noun. You have to give abstract noun in place of angry word.
so anger will be the abstract noun for the word angry.
Aunt Mala was always very warm with us.
Warmth will be the abstract noun.
Please pardon?
Warmth.
Warmth. When what will be the spelling?
Warmth.
Right. It's absolutely right. Well done. The third one is, do you really need all that you have ordered?
Needy will be the abstract noun.
The fourth one, he was wise and everyone respected him.
Wisdom will be the abstract noun in the following sentence.
The joker's antics failed to amuse me.
Amusement will be the abstract noun.
We should express ourselves to be understood by others.
Expression is the abstract noun.
The seventh one is, he impressed all with his presentation.
Impression is the abstract noun.
The eighth one says, I was anxious to know my result.
Anxiety will be the abstract noun for the following sentence.
All right. Now, in the exercise D, we need to circle the correct abstract nouns. We shall begin. The magnificence magnificentness of this landscape is overwhelming.
Magnificence is the correct answer.
The second one is, the public was impressed by the courage he exhibited during the fire.
Courage is the correct word.
It was a generosities that made him famous.
It was the generosity.
Fourth one, the newspaper was full of tragic incidents caused by his brutality or brutilation.
Brutality.
Right? Fifth one says, his excessive fascinating for luxury brands is what led to his downfall.
Fascination suits correct in the sentence.
The sixth one says, the pleasure pleasing one receives from helping others cannot be matched with anything else.
The pleasure.
Seventh, it was his obedience or obedientness towards his elders that made him so enduring.
Obedientness is the word in the sentence?
It isn't. It is obedience.
Oh,
So the abstract noun here is obedience. Okay.
okay.
Eighth one. Many people in a country are struggling with poverty. या poverty on a daily basis.
Poverty is the correct answer.
Right. Now we will know something more about nouns. Nouns can further be divided into two categories. They are countable nouns and uncountable nouns. Countable nouns. What are countable nouns? Countable nouns are the nouns that can be counted. Whereas the nouns that cannot be counted will be called as uncountable nouns. Secondly, the countable nouns have plural forms, whereas the uncountables do not have any plural forms. Third difference, the countable nouns, most of the common and collective nouns are countable, whereas in the uncountable noun category, proper and abstract nouns are often uncountable. Countable nouns are used with a, an, few, many, one, etc. Whereas with uncountable, it is used with little, much, most, more, etc. So we have a quick recap of what I have just now told you. It is countable nouns and uncountable nouns. And countable nouns includes nouns that can be counted, the nouns that have proper plural forms. Most of the common and collective nouns are countable. They are used with a, an, few, many, one, etc. Whereas the uncountable nouns that cannot be counted, they do not have plural forms. Proper and abstract nouns are often uncountable. They are used with little, much, most, more, etc.
Now we'll further discuss about the nouns. As explained before, there are basically two types of nouns, countable and uncountable nouns. In the category of countable nouns, we have the nouns which can be counted, have plural forms. Most of them are common and collective. These are generally used with a, an, few, etc. On the other hand, we have uncountable nouns. Nouns which cannot be counted and do not have any plural forms. They are proper and abstract nouns. These are basically used with little, much, most, and furthermore.
So guys, you know that countable nouns can have plural forms. They can be singular and they can be plural also. Here we have got a table to go through the rules for making plurals. How a singular noun can be made into plural. The first one is very simple and the most common of them, and that is just by adding s. What we have to do here? We need to just add a single alphabet, a letter S. Example is month. When added S become months. So singular is month and plural will become months. Teacher becomes teachers. Second way to make singular into plural is by adding es to the words that end in, means the last ch or sh, ss or simply s, x or z. If the words they end with these in the last, we have to just add es to the singular. Like church becomes churches, we are just adding es to it. It becomes from singular to plural. Church becomes churches. Quiz, quizzes. The third law or a rule, by adding es to the words that end in y and have consonants before them. You know what are consonants? Anyone? What are consonants? How many letters are there in an English alphabet?
26.
There are two categories in which these letters can be divided. What are they?
Vowels and consonants.
How many vowels do we have?
5.
Which are they?
A, E, I, O and U.
Okay. And the rest of them are consonants. So how many consonants do we have?
21.
Absolutely right. So here by adding es, the singular can be changed to plural, and in this case these are the words which end in y and have a consonant before them. Please remember that you need to change the y to an I, which makes the plural forms. The first example, we will learn by example. Berry, it becomes berries. So instead of y, we have put I and then we have added es to it. Be careful, just look here. Y has been removed and we have put I. We have put I in place of y and added es to it. The second example, which is given here, is family. Here again, the same thing has been done. Y is removed, and instead of y, they have put I and added es to it. Now, another rule is by adding s. Here also, they are adding simply s to it. They're adding s to the words that end in ay, ey, iy, oy, or ui. Okay, I shall repeat once again for you. It's by adding to the words that end in ay, ey, iy, oy, and ui. So we have to just add s to it. Delay becomes delays. Valley becomes valleys. Coming on to the next point. By adding es to the words that end in f or fe. Remember that you need to change f or fe to a v. So instead of f or fe, what we are writing? We have to write ev and then add es to it while making the plural. Please see. Let us see what happens here is hoof. So instead of f, we have added v. So f is replaced by v, and then what happens here is es is added. The hoof become hoofs, singular becomes plural. Then come to thief. Yet another example of the same kind. Thief becomes thieves. F being replaced by V and es added to it, making it plural. From thief to thieves. Coming on to the next one. By adding es to the words that end in o after consonants. Like volcano becomes volcanoes. Mango becomes mangoes. So o is replaced by just by adding es to o. Means es is added when the last letter is o. But there are some exceptions to this rule. You know, there are exceptions to every rule. Same is here. The exception to the rule is that in photo, just by adding s, it becomes plural as photos. The piano become pianos just by adding s. We need not to add es to these two types. So every rule has an exception in life, and so it is here. What is happening? Please pay attention. In photo, it simply adds s to it and becomes photos, making from singular to plural. And the same is piano, making it pianos. No e is there. Whereas volcano and mango we see es is added, whereas photo and piano only s is added. Volcano becomes volcanoes, mango becomes mangoes, but photo directly becomes photos just by adding s, and piano becomes pianos only by adding s to it. Now, by changing the ending to I in the words ending in us, let us see. So instead of us, they are replacing these two letters us by a single letter I. What we have to do here is put I instead of us. It is cactus. If it is cactus, us is replaced by I, it becomes cacti. Same is focus. FOCUS, focus. US is replaced and becomes foci. FOCI. Instead of U and S, it is replaced by, interchanged by the letter I, hence becoming plural from singular. Coming on to the next one, by not changing the forms. Sometimes what happens here is the singular and the plural are the same. Same word is singular and the same is plural. Deer remains deer. Sheep remains sheep. Okay, so there is no singular or plural in the case. This is simply singular as well as plural. So by complete the last rule here which is given here, by completely changing the forms, child becomes children and person becomes people. It is totally different change.
Now let's have a quick recall of what have been taught to you. So we have a list of rules by which we can convert the singulars into plural. First, by adding s. By adding s to the word, we can convert it from singular to plural. Like the month becomes months when added s and becomes plural. Secondly, by adding es. The words that end in ch, sh, etc. For example, church will be converted to churches by adding es and making it a plural word. Third, by adding es to words that end in y and have consonants. Consonants have been discussed and explained earlier before them. Like the family become families by omitting the letter y and adding ies to the word to make it plural. Fourth, by adding s to words that end in ay, ey, iy, oy and uy. Basically, by adding y with the vowels, we can convert singular to the plurals. For example, the valley will become valley. Then further, by adding es to the words that end in f or fe. Remember, there is an exception that you need to change the f or fe to a v when making it in the plural form. For example, the thief will become thieves by omitting f and adding ves to make it the plural version of the word. Then we have by adding es to words that end in o after the consonants. There are exceptions to the rule also. Like the piano will become pianos without omitting and only adding an S. By changing the end to I is the next form through which we can convert a singular word into plural form. Like the cactus becomes cacti. Then, by not changing the forms, there are some words which are same in singular and plural form. Like the sheep will remain sheep both in the singular and plural forms. Lastly, by completely changing the forms of words, we convert the singular word to a plural one. Like the children completely changes to children by changing the form of the word and changing it from singular to a plural one.
That.
Now a quick recap of whatever we have discussed today. First is about noun. Noun is the name of person, place, animals or things, even the feelings, qualities and ideas. And the types of nouns, there are 5 different types of nouns: common noun, proper noun, collective noun, abstract noun and material noun. The next thing what we have studied today is that another type of category in which the noun can be categorized, and that is countable and uncountable. Countable nouns are those that can be counted and have plural forms. Most of them are falling under common and collective nouns. They are under countable nouns. They are used with a and few, many and one. Whereas uncountable nouns are those which cannot be counted. They don't have any plural forms. They fall under proper and abstract nouns, and these are often uncountable nouns. They are used with little, much, more, most, and many more. Now we know that countable nouns, since they have plural forms also, there are various ways in which they can be made plural. First is by adding s to it, month become months, then making adding es to it, church become churches, then by adding es and at the end of removing y, family becomes families. Then by adding s, delay becomes delays, valley becomes valleys. Then by adding es to the words that end with f or fe. Remember that you need to change the word by removing f or fe and adding v while making the plural. Thief become thieves. Now another category is by adding es to the words that have end in o. जैसे volcano becomes volcanoes, mango becomes mangoes, but there are also exceptions to this rule where we see the photo directly by adding s becomes photos and the piano becomes pianos. Then we come to the next one, next category, by changing the ending to I in the words ending with us. Cactus becomes cacti. The next one, by not changing the forms at all. Like deer remains deer in both singular as well as plural forms. And the sheep remains our sheep. The last, by completely changing the forms. And here the examples are child becomes children in plural and singular is person, plural becomes people. Thank you so much.